Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 7th Science NCERT book, that is from chapter number 3, Fiber to Fabric. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So children, we have finished with the explanation of this chapter, and in this we have seen the two types of the animal fibers, in which we have studied about the two animal fibers, in which the first one was about wool, and then second one was the animal fiber which is being obtained from the cocoon of the silkworm, which is the silk. So we have studied these two types of the animal fibers, and then we came to know that the raw material which is obtained from the animals is going to be converted in the form of the various fibers which are commercially very important, which helps in making of the fabrics of different types. Okay, so we have seen that different fabrics are obtained from the fibers, and these fibers are the raw materials which is obtained from the different animals. So in this chapter we have studied only about the animal fiber. In previous class, that was in class 6th, you all have studied about the you have studied about the plant fibers. Okay, then after that we have seen about we also saw how the processing of the wool and how the processing of the silk is being done. So the processing of the wool and the silk is being done because without processing we cannot we are not able to get the fabrics. So threads are needed to be processed, and after the thread is being processed, how is that raw material going to become a thread? We have studied in this chapter. So in the processing of the wool, we saw that there are major steps like shearing, sorting, scoring, sorting, then cleaning of burrs, and then after that we have also then after cleaning of burrs, again the scoring is being done, and after the scoring we can after this cleaning of burrs, then the spinning was being done, and after that the weaving of the knitting of the sweaters, the woolen yarns are being obtained. Similarly, when we were seeing about the processing of silk, in yesterday's class only I have given you the explanation regarding the same, where the silk is going to be, it is going to be processed when the different stages of the life cycle of the silk moth is being developed. So from the egg, from the adult silk moth, that is the female silk moth is going to lay the eggs. Then these eggs are going to hatch out at a particular temperature, at a particular humidity, at a particular environmental conditions. Then once they are being hatched, they will soon become the caterpillar. They enter into the next stage. Then these caterpillars, they are voracious feeders. They keep on eating the mulberry leaves. So on the basis of the different types of the silkworm, the silk is being developed. For example, munga silk, kosa silk, tussar silk, there are different varieties of silk, and they depend upon either on the food which they are eating, the food which these worms are eating, and also it depends upon the type of the silkworm which is being developed from the variety. Okay, so this depends upon the type of silk which they are going to synthesize. So children, in processing of silk, the cocoons are taken and then they are heated up, they are boiled in the hot water, or they are being steamed, and because of the steaming, this loosens up the fabric. And because of the loosening of the fabric, fiber, not the fabric. Okay, so these loosen up the silk threads, which is not very strong. So they are getting entangled. So many of the threads are being twisted, and they are going to make one. Then only one thread is being made. Because of the twisting, the strength of the silk thread is being gained. So after this, once the reeling of the thread is being done, then after reeling, the fabrics are being made, and that because of which the silk fibers are turned into the fabric. Okay, so this was about the processing of the silk as well as processing of the wool. Now children, after completing the explanation of the chapter, I have to I'll tell you about the different keywords which are discussed in this chapter. So you'll be discussing about the keywords of the chapter. Okay, so what are the keywords? Keywords means these words which are responsible for the with the help of these words we will be easily understanding the chapter. Okay, so the first word which is given in your book, and these keywords will help us to better understand about the chapter fiber to fabric. So the first keyword which is being given in your NCERT book is about cocoon. So this is the first word. What do you mean by cocoon? So if you see what is the meaning of the word cocoon, cocoon means it is a raw material from which the silk is being obtained. After the caterpillar, once the caterpillar stops eating, it forms a new home, it spins a thread around its body, which is the silk thread, and then after that it becomes a cocoon. So cocoon is a raw, it is a stage from which, we obtain or silk thread, silk fiber is obtained. Okay, from which the silk fiber is being obtained. Now the next word is fleece. The next word is fleece. Now what do you mean by fleece? Again, fleece is the raw material. It is a skin. It is the underskin of the sheep from which the hair develops and from which the wool is being developed. So fleece is the underskin of sheep hair from which wool is obtained. Okay, from which the wool is being obtained. So these are the two words. Then after that the third word is about the third word is about reeling. The next word is reeling. Reeling. What do you mean by reeling? Reeling of the silk thread is being done as well as for the wool is also being done. So reeling is a process by which the threads are being spinned into a reel, or they are being spinned into the bundles. That bundle is said to be as a reel. Okay. So what is being reeling from the cocoon? The reeling is done for the separate threads of the silk, which is which are turned in the form of reels and turned in the form of bundles. So we can say that bundles of silk thread, it is known as the reeling. Okay, this is known as reeling of silk. Reeling of silk. Fine. Now the next thing is scoring. Scoring. What do you mean by scoring? Scoring is a process of it is a step in the processing of the wool where the dirt and the dust is being washed off with the help of the soap or the detergents. So scoring is cleaning or washing it is cleaning or washing of hair of sheep for removal of the dirt and the dust. Okay, for the removal of the dirt and the dust. Fine. So this is what is about the scoring. Scoring is being done for the hair of the wool, hair of the sheep. It is a step in processing of wool. Okay. Now the next word is, I'll just drop it off. The next word is After scoring, sericulture. What do you mean by sericulture? Sericulture is a way by which rearing and caring of the silkworm is being done for obtaining the silk. It is a study, or you can say that sericulture is a technique of caring and rearing of the silkworm for obtaining the silk, okay, for obtaining the cocoon. So sericulture is nothing but it is a practice of rearing of silkworm. So sericulture is the technique of caring silkworm. It is a technique of rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk. For obtaining silk fiber, you can say. Fine. So sericulture is a technique of rearing of the silkworm, because of which we can obtain the silk fiber. Okay. So this is what is known as the sericulture. Now next is shearing. Shearing means it is a technique of shaving of hair of sheep. It is a technique of shaving of hair of sheep. Okay, so this is what is about. We are studying about the shearing. Shearing is being done with the help of machines, as well as they are being done with the help of the barber's razor, which is very similar to the razors which are being used by the barbers. Okay, so this is what is about the shearing. Then next is silk moth. I'll be rubbing this off. So next is silk moth. Okay. What do you mean by silk moth? Silk moth is the insect from which the silk is being obtained. So what is a silk moth? Silk moth is a kind of insect. It is an insect which helps in the production of silkworm. Okay, production of silkworm, and thus the silk is being obtained. So silk moth is a kind of an insect which is going to develop in the form of the cocoons. They are going to lay the eggs, then the caterpillars will be obtained. Once the caterpillars are being obtained, they will be turning into the next step, and the next step would be the cocoon, then pupa would be formed, and then the next step would be regarding the type of the silk thread which is being obtained. Okay, now the next name is about silkworm. Okay, the next is about silkworm. So this next step is the next word is the silkworm. It is the step it is a stage, you can say, in the life cycle of silk moth. Okay, which synthesizes silk thread. So silkworm is a stage in the life cycle of the silk moth which helps in the synthesis of the silk fiber. So this is what is about the silkworm. The next word is sorting. Next word is sorting. Sorting means what? Sorting means to find out, to sort, to just separate the wool. It is a technique of separation of hair on the basis of texture. On the basis of texture, okay, textures, variety, color, all these are the ways by which we can easily obtain the type of the wool. We can sort the wool of different colors, red, brown, black, okay. So that is about the sorting of the wool. Fine. This is what is known to be as a separation of hair on the basis of the texture, colors and the variety. So this was about the keywords, children. So the keywords has helped you to understand this chapter, and some people those who have not understood the chapter, they might also understand now, because we have discussed about the different keywords. Now after discussion of the keywords, we are left with one more part, that is what we have learned. It is going to be a kind of revision for you all for this chapter. Few sentences are being written over here. This tells you about what we have learned in this chapter in a very short manner. Okay, so the first the first sentence says, silk comes from silkworm and the wool is obtained from sheep, goat and yak. Hence, silk and the wool are similar. They are animal fibers. Yes. So, silk and wool. Continuously we are discussing these two fibers in this chapter. Now both these fibers are known to be as the animal fibers, children. Why it is said to be as animal fibers? Because the wool is being obtained from the goat, from the yak, from camel, from the different animals like alpaca, llama. Okay, so all these are the animals which is going to give rise to the wool, and animals are only yielding the wool. Similarly, the fact that the silk is also an animal fiber, because silk is being obtained from the silk moth, again, which is an animal. Okay, in animal we cannot just count the animals which are bigger in its nature. There could be insects also. Insect is also a kind of an animal. Okay, so these are the animal fibers. They are being obtained from the because of the work of the animal. Okay, now the next sentence says, hair of the camel, llama and alpaca are also processed to yield the wool. Not only sheep, there are various other animals like the camel, llama, alpaca. All these are the animals which is going to they are yielding the wool, or their hair is being used for the processing of the wool, and wool is being obtained from these animals, we can say rather. Okay, so it's very easy for us to understand that rearing of the sheep is being obtained. Rearing of the sheep give rise to the options of the different varieties of hair. It is not only the sheep, it is not only the goat. There are various animals which is going to help in the process of giving the hair for the wool processing. Okay, so wool is being developed, wool is being used for the processing, for making the sweaters and the woolen clothes, but it is not necessary that it is always obtained from the sheep. There could be variety of animals, and we have clearly discussed about all these animals in this chapter, as well as I have given you a project also in your vacations when you were asked to write about the animals and to just draw the pictures of the same. Okay, now the next part is sheep hair is sheared off. The next line is in India, most sheep are reared for getting wool. Mostly sheep are getting reared for getting wools. Yes, Because in India, the sheep is the only animal which is having the good variety of hair on its body, and they are obtained. I mean, these sheep, the number of sheep is larger in the hilly areas, and therefore only the sheep is the animal in India which yields the wool for us. Okay. But in other countries, it is not only the sheep. There could be different animals which is responsible for giving the hair. They will produce the hair, and this hair is being used for making the wool. Okay. Now here in India, we are exclusively reading about India, so it is saying that this chapter says clearly that in India the sheep is the only animal which is helping us to yield the wool. Okay. Sheep hair is sheared off from the body, scored, sorted, dried and dyed, then spun and woven into woven to yield wool. Okay. So these are the steps in short. Steps of what? Steps of processing of the wool is being done. The step 1 says the shearing of the hair is being done. First, the sheep is being reared. They are given good food to eat. They are given good shelter to live. Okay, we are carrying the sheep. Why we are carrying the sheep? Because we can obtain wool from them. The hair is being used for obtaining the wool. Now, what are the various processes by which the wool is being obtained? So, processing of the wool includes the shearing. The hair is being sheared off. It is being shaved off. Then it is being washed. That is coming under the second step of scoring. Then sorting is being done. Sorting means we are clearly separating the wool from on the basis of the textures. They are being sorted. After sorting, then they are being dried, and once they are being dried, they are being colored into various colors. They are being dyed into various colors. Then once they are being colored, they are being spun into the fiber. These fibers are now known as the wool. So wool is, one thread is there. These threads are being twisted to give the strength. As you have studied in the last class for the jute fibers, where only one single fiber was there which is being twisted so that it gives strength. Similarly, wool is being twisted. The fibers of the wool are being twisted so that a complete string of the wool is being obtained, and the yarn of the wool is being obtained, and that yarn is used in the form of knitting the sweaters. Okay. Now, this is the way by which processing of the wool is being done, and we are getting the woolen clothes from the fabrics are being made. Fine. Now, the next is silkworm are the caterpillars of silk moth. Silkworms are the caterpillars of silk moth. Yes. So, caterpillar is a stage. When we see the life cycle of of any insect, if you say, for example, if you take cockroaches, if you take butterflies, if you take silkworm, silk moth rather, okay, silk moth, then grasshoppers, you take any insect, the life cycle of any insect. So these insects, the adult female is going to lay the eggs. Then after laying the eggs, they can see that these eggs are being hatched out. Once they are being hatched out, they will form the second stage, that is the caterpillars. So these caterpillars are the second stage, or we can say that they are the sub-stage or in the life cycle of any insect. So here also in silk moth, that is an insect. The silkworm is going to form, the caterpillars are nothing but they are the silkworms. Why? Because they are the only animals, they are the stage at which silk is being synthesized in the form of the fabric, in the form of the fiber. So they will spun the thread around their body. Once they are spinning the thread, they are not going to eat anything. And when they are not going to eat anything, then what happens? They will be keeping quiet and sitting inside their next stage called pupa. These pupa are not going to move anywhere, and they will be developing they will be developing, and further they will be forming a new silk moth, because they will be giving rise to the step where these silkworms would be living, and the cocoon will be synthesized. And once the cocoon is being synthesized, this cocoon is only used for making the wool, okay, making the silk thread. Okay. then the silk thread is going to be obtained. This helps in the obtaining of the silk fabric, and this fabric will be utilized for making the silk cloth. Now the next point is during their life cycle, worm spins cocoon of the silk fiber. Yes, the silkworm is the only animal which is going to synthesize a protein in the form of the fibers, in the form of the very fine fibers. They are very shiny in its appearance. When they are shining, they are dried, they will become the silk. Okay, their silk thread is nothing but it is the material which is being synthesized from the silk moth. Okay, now the next thing is the silkworm. The cocoon are the place. It is the step because of which the silk is being obtained. The fiber is being obtained. Okay. Next is the silk fibers are made of proteins. Silk fiber is made of proteins because silk fiber is a type of protein which is going to be used as the fibers, and these fibers are they will be responsible for the development of the silk. Okay. Now the next is silk fibers from the cocoons are separated out and reeled into the silk thread. Yes. So we have read the story of the discovery of the silk also, where how that empress was present, and in her castle the mulberry trees were being damaged because of this silkworm, and she saw that there is a white colored worm. This white colored worm is synthesizing something very shiny up in its appearance, a thread like structure which is being spun around its cocoon. This is being spun around its cocoon, and this cocoon is a house for the developing silk moth. Okay, they are developing silk moth. So when the silkworm is spinning the yarn, spinning the silk around its body, it is going to synthesize, it is going to develop into the next stage, and that cocoon is left like that. So that cocoon is taken up, they are being collected, they are being warmed up, they are being boiled after, or they are being steamed, sun dried, and then we can see that the threads would be separated. These threads would be reeled in the bundles, and then the bundle of the silk thread is ready for making the fabrics. And this is how the shiny appearance having silk fabrics are being made, and then the fibers are utilized to weave the saris or the clothes which is having the shiny appearance, and that is said to be as the silk fabric. Okay. The next sentence says silk fibers from cocoons are separated out and reeled into the silk threads. Yes, this was which we talked about right now. The next is the weaver weaves silk threads into the cloths. So as we saw that the steps of the processing of silk tells us how the silk fiber is obtained and how the silk fiber is getting this is how they are going to change the thread in the form of the fibers, in the form of the thread to the fabric. Okay, so this is how they are being developed. So fabrics are going to synthesize, fabrics are being made with the help of the thread, and these weavers are the people, those who are able to make, they are going to transform the silk fiber into a fabric. Similarly, yarn of wool is being obtained, and then yarn of wool is present, and that is being knitted in the form, these weavers, the people, those who are making sweaters, they will buy the yarn from the market, they will buy wool balls, and then they are going to convert them in the form of the fabric. So woolen clothes are being made with the help of the woolen fibers. Similarly, the silk thread is going to convert in the form of the fabrics, silk fabrics, and these fabrics are of great means they have a great cost. Even some of the people are living their livelihood because they are rearing the silkworm, they are doing sericulture, they are rearing the sheep for obtaining the wool. So please remember, rearing of either for the silkworm we are doing, or for the goat or the sheep is being done. All these are going to yield some products. So that is why the rearing of the animals are being done. We take care of the animals because they give us something which is important for us. So silk, you can see, it is obtained from the animals, it is obtained from it is a natural product, but still it is having a very cost. It is very costly. Why it is very costly? Because its processing is very costly. Many people get burns on their hands because they have to process the silk in the hot water, and if the hot water is not being used, then the silk thread would not be separated. If they are not being separated, then fine silk thread would not be obtained. If fiber is not being obtained, then how can it is there that weavers are going to use the fabric? Okay. So children, that was all about the story of the silk as well as the wool. Wool is obtained from the various wool yielding animals. It is not only the sheep. And after reading the chapter, we also know about how the silk is being processed, and cocoon is the stage from where the silk is being obtained. Okay. So this was all about your chapter, children. I'll meet you all in the next video when I would be discussing about the exercises of this chapter. So that was all about this chapter. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed.